Coming up on Good Morning Idaho.
The Venezuelan people are celebrating right now? Yes.
Mixed local reactions to the major national news of a U.S. raid that led to the capturing and ousting of Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro.
Yeah, I totally get that people are celebrating, but I worry more about what's going to be happening tomorrow and next week and next month and next year.
Plus, an update on the little girl injured during the explosive New Year's Eve celebration in downtown Boise, the incident raising new safety questions, and this morning a glass expert explains why it happened. And later on in the newscast,
that was devastating.
A shift in Medicaid policy has taken away a therapy that helped an autistic 4-year-old in Caldwell find her voice. Her parents describing the impacts at home.
There's a lot more yelling and a lot more unknown of what she needs at the time.
Good Morning Idaho starts right now.
Connecting neighborhoods across the Treasure and Magic Valleys, telling stories from within our communities. This is Good Morning Idaho.
Hey everybody, it's great to have you along on a Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Welcome to Good Morning Idaho. I'm senior reporter Roland Barris. Lots to get to this morning from our large team of neighborhood reporters. We'll get to all of that coming up in just a little bit. But the weekend was kind of a mixed bag for weather, although it was great up in the mountains. Let's check in with Sophia Cruz. You had a great time snowboarding.
Yeah, I went to Brundage and I actually have this video right here showing you. It was a powdery weekend here, especially if you went up on Sunday. Just a complete whiteout, but it felt really good by the trees. So if you maybe snowboarded or skied or just did anything fun this weekend that you want to share, you can send it on over to my email, sophia.cruz@kivitv.com. So with all of us waiting for winter, I'm sure a lot of you itching at it for home and really just waiting for us to see even a little bit of winter down here in our valley floors. I do want to give you a heads up. We do have a winter weather advisory in place from McCall all the way down to Ketchum from Tuesday night into Wednesday afternoon. So we'll be talking about what this looks like for us, the impacts, but either way, winter is just getting a very slow start, but now that it's started, it's wonderful up there in the mountains.
Yes, it's here.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally.
All right, thanks, Sophia. Appreciate it. Well, we start this morning following that major news out of Venezuela. And our Brady Caskey speaks with locals as well as one woman from Venezuela getting reactions to the weekend news.
Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was captured by U.S. forces in Venezuela over the weekend. I'm your neighborhood reporter Brady Caskey, and Idahoans have varying opinions on the situation. So I'm breaking down the reactions I've heard in the streets, in our online comments, and from our lawmakers.
After talking to a bunch of different people on 8th Street.
Any thoughts on the situation in Venezuela? You folks have any thoughts on all this? Any thoughts? Yeah, what do you think?
Hi.
Hi.
I ran into Jennifer.
From Venezuela.
You're from Venezuela?
She doesn't speak much English.
A little English.
A little English.
But she used Translate to share her thoughts.
Sacado a Maduro de Venezuela.
I'm very happy that Donald Trump has taken Maduro out of Venezuela, and we are very happy in the hearts of many Venezuelans, and we're very grateful for that. So the Venezuelan people are celebrating right now?
Yes.
Yes. That's what you're seeing and hearing?
Happy.
Yes, very happy.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally get that people are celebrating, but I worry more about what's going to be happening tomorrow and next week and next month and next year.
Joe Termes with Idaho's 5051 says he's skeptical of what the future may look like for Venezuelans, citing the United States' history of international involvement.
When we rolled into Baghdad and toppled Saddam, people were cheering in the streets back then too. Now the question is, are they going to like what comes next?
We got hundreds of comments online about the situation in Venezuela. Some saying things like, quote, Venezuela has been liberated by the U.S. today. Others saying, quote, it's all about the oil and nothing else.
If it turns into the people of Venezuela having a more thoughtful and respectful leader, I think that could be a really good thing.
Griffin Montenegro Brown tells me he hopes good comes from the operation, but says he doesn't support the lack of congressional approval.
So would you have wanted to see Congress included in this decision?
Absolutely.
Why?
It's there for a reason. We have a government. It's not one person gets to decide that this is what we're going to do. It gets run through the people.
Senator Jim Risch weighed in on the strikes on Venezuela and capture of Maduro, saying in part, quote, President Trump has taken meaningful action to protect our national security and eliminate a serious threat to the American people. Idaho Democratic Party Chair Lauren Necochea also responding in a statement, saying in part, quote, this is not how a democracy decides questions of war, and the American people know it.
Reporting in downtown Boise, I'm Brady Caskey for Idaho News 6.
Just hours after Maduro's capture was announced on Saturday, a No War in Venezuela protest was organized outside Boise City Hall. A couple hundred protesters turned out in short notice to voice their concerns with President Trump and his foreign policy.
This is a massive escalation. The Trump administration has invaded the sovereign territory of Venezuela, kidnapped their head of state, and is now talking about ruling Venezuela while they wait to establish a just transition, while claiming to be a president of peace and against war.
Others pointed to the lack of congressional approval in the actions taken against Venezuela.
It sends up a real red flag because, first of all, Congress did not okay this. Maduro's a bad guy, we all know that, but this isn't the way you do it. I'm really afraid for our country right now.
Idaho News 6 will continue to bring you the latest on this developing situation. For more details and real-time updates, just visit our website at idahonews6.com. The old AT&T building in downtown Boise has endured all sorts of fireworks displays over the years. So why did those windows blow out this year? I'm senior reporter Roland Barris, and I was fascinated to talk to a glass expert who explains how durable glass really is, even at the most basic level. A huge firework blows out a couple of windows and injures a young girl in downtown Boise. It's a scary scene, but is it emblematic of a larger problem?
I heard about it on the news.
Are you worried about glass downtown at all as a result of this?
I am not worried at all.
And glass experts say that's the right attitude. Glass comes in three main types: annealed, tempered, and laminated. The most common and most fragile is annealed, also known as plate glass. When it breaks, it turns to large shards. That's some nasty looking shards.
Yep.
But Steve Dooley says it takes a loud and very specific frequency to make it explode.
There's a natural frequency that the glass has itself, right? A noise over 100 decibels needs to come in contact and vibrate that glass to that natural frequency, not above or below. And then it takes on that vibration and then releases that energy.
Dooley says a perfect storm is required to shatter glass with noise.
It was really surprising to see that some of that annealed glass blew up the way it did.
According to the Idaho Building Code, only doors and windows that are close to the ground must be made of safety glass, like tempered or laminated. The question now is not so much the durability of glass downtown, but maybe the intensity of the fireworks explosions. Certainly a question that city leaders will be asking moving forward. In downtown Boise, I'm senior reporter Roland Barris, Idaho News 6. As for the condition of Bella, her family says she's been released from the hospital and is now resting at home after undergoing more than 3 hours of surgery. A GoFundMe for the family says Bella lives with autism spectrum disorder, which can make the trauma and sudden changes especially overwhelming. They've already raised more than $25,000. Money will support her care and her family and could be used to fund possible legal action.
A lot of Idaho families on Medicaid are making some major adjustments, including one Caldwell family I spoke to whose child is on the autism spectrum. I'm neighborhood reporter Allie Tripke, and as we previously reported, this comes after major changes were made last month to behavioral therapy. Now these parents tell me they feel the changes are discriminatory, and they're already seeing their daughter's communication skills regress. Christmas came a little late for the Hurt family.
It's me! It's you.
As their 4-year-old daughter Zelda was in the hospital for treatment of her tuberous sclerosis complex, which causes tumors to form on her brain and heart.
And she has seizures, so she needs a variety of medications, including chemo. It's a lot for a 4-year-old, and one of the few therapies out there that help with that is ABA.
Shayna and Scott Hertz's daughter is enrolled at Sunderland Behavioral in Boise to treat her autism spectrum disorder, something they hope will help her one day attend school alongside neurotypical kids.
You jumping?
Before December 1st, the family says she was making progress with her communication skills with ABA therapy, or applied behavioral analysis, a nationally recognized goal-oriented program that helps children with autism.
Her need-based speech was a really big big win for us when she was doing ABA.
But as we've reported, Idahoans on Medicaid who used to have ABA covered have been switched to what's called SHIS therapy. I previously spoke with providers who were outraged at the Department of Health and Welfare's decision and warn it could harm 80% of the kids they serve.
That was devastating.
The Hertz tell me Zelda is already showing signs of regression.
We're not as cooperative with like brushing our teeth. We've seen a little bit of a regression in potty training.
Telling us verbally if she was hungry. There's a lot more yelling and a lot more unknown of what she needs at the time.
With fewer Idahoans having access to ABA, Sunderland providers tell me some of their staff members are anxious for the future of behavioral health care in Idaho and have considered leaving the state. The Department of Health and Welfare did not have an answer for me as to why Idahoans on Medicaid won't be covered for ABA therapy treatment. The Hertz say they've also reached out to DHW to learn more about the new program, but haven't heard back. In studio, I'm neighborhood reporter Ali Tripke for Idaho News 6.
Mixed reactions to the ousting of President Nicolas Maduro, and now the world's watching and waiting to see what's next for Venezuela. A breakdown of what we know and the questions that remain coming up. And we are back on a Monday morning, 13 minutes past the hour. Let's take a look at your national headlines this morning. Boy, what a weekend and what a shocking surprise down south. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, he's going to appear in court today here in the U.S. after the U.S. military raid that led to the capture of him and his wife over the weekend. Meanwhile, the future of Venezuela is still uncertain. President Trump reaffirming that the U.S. is in control of Venezuela and also issuing stark warnings to other countries, including Colombia, calling the country and its president, quote, sick. Maduro has previously accused the U.S. of inventing excuses to go after Venezuela's oil, which is huge. President Trump has explicitly said that U.S. oil companies will go in and spend billions of dollars to fix the country's oil infrastructure. Lawmakers are returning to Capitol Hill with a pressing to-do list. The Senate convenes today for a second session of the 119th Congress. The House is set to do so tomorrow. That chamber is poised to vote on extending newly expired Obamacare subsidies. That issue, of course, a priority for Democrats, and some House Republicans have broken ranks to push the matter. Congress also must decide how to respond to President Trump's removal of Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro, and another government shutdown deadline is also on the way at the end of the month. And initial findings from Minnesota state investigators show daycare centers accused of fraud are operating normally. A YouTube video from a conservative content creator accused several Somali-run centers of fraud. It alleged that they illegally accepted money intended for low-income families but offered no evidence for that claim. Despite that, federal funding for such child care in the state is frozen now, and investigations are underway. The State Department of Children, Youth and Families says the Trump administration is giving Minnesota officials until January 9th to provide their findings. Turning back to Venezuela now, the world is now watching and waiting to see what is next for that country. From drug trafficking to the oil industry, of course, to political instability, there is no shortage of challenges and questions. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack.
To Madrid, Spain, to Bogota, Colombia, a mix of celebration and opposition to the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Now, questions about Venezuela's future.
There is Venezuela, and in normal times, tens of thousands of Venezuelans cross this border to buy goods here that they can't get back home. Now, though, it's a path perhaps to a new future for the millions of people who've been forced into exile.
Como dicen, sentimientos encontrados.
You get the sense that people don't really know how to feel. Happy that Maduro is gone, but they have no idea what's going to happen next.
Nicolas Maduro came to power after Hugo Chavez died in 2013, tightening his grip on the country despite not winning elections outright. More than 50 countries refuse to recognize him as the legitimate president. Now, with his capture, some analysts fear more instability in the short term.
And becoming more destabilized, we could actually see an increase in the flow of drugs coming to the United States.
Maduro's vice president, Delcy Rodriguez, is now interim leader. Overnight, President Trump said she is cooperating with the U.S. Trump saying Venezuela will have elections at the right time. Edmundo Gonzalez, the exiled president-elect, is urging Venezuelans to follow the rule of law and unite. Whoever the next leader is, the oil industry will play a major role in shaping the country's future. Venezuela has the largest supply of oil reserves in the world, a supply American companies tapped for decades. But after Venezuela nationalized its oil industry, output plummeted. Getting significant production back online won't be easy.
The task alone is a massive one and would be a very expensive one for any company to undertake.
President Trump has signaled he's open to having American troops on the ground in Venezuela, saying now it depends on the new administration in Venezuela. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Nearly $30 million is back on the table for United Way of Treasure Valley. What the money means for community schools across Idaho.
Neighborhood of the day is the Boise Bench with 50s and still some shower chances this afternoon. I'll be showing you the rest of the week coming up.
Sophia Cruz with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
All righty, we're seeing lots more snow up in the mountains, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, it's super nice to see, especially because the past couple times we've had the morning shows just in the month, it's been quiet out there, but that snowpack hanging on at Sun Valley, all of that patchy fog is going to contribute to, again, just a lighter fog for those mountains. But where it looks the densest is over in Ontario right now, where it's about 1/4 of a mile visibility, not looking at really any travel concerns for the mountains themselves and our valley floors. It's just as you head over into Eastern Oregon. So heads up for those of you heading that way. And just to give you a quick look at temperatures, you've got mid-30s right now along those valley floors, 20s and lower 30s to fall into the mountains. So pretty cool start to our morning and a cool afternoon in store for us here. And over the next week, temperatures still hovering in the 50s by tomorrow. Notice you see them drop into those lower 40s. Remember, our average high heading into December is usually about 32. So we are still well above normal. And just to give you a good idea for the week ahead, it is still going to be unsettled and we are still going to see a pretty active weather pattern, but also some colder air. So taking a look at our map right now, you have this trough moving inland at the front of it, bringing in those showers that we'll see throughout return this afternoon. This will also contribute to some light mountain snow. By Wednesday, this one is going to pack a punch. This one comes in from British Columbia, and as it does, it is going to produce some heavy snowfall and some very gusty winds for our mountains. Behind that, we see a dry out from high pressure moving in. So by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that'll be really the time to wash your car if you need to do so or do anything outside. If you are heading up into the mountains, so just a heads up, overnight Tuesday, we see this mountain snow start up and it continues all the way through Wednesday morning and into the afternoon. So again, this is when that winter weather advisory goes into effect, so big travel impacts for Wednesday morning heading into the mountains. Beyond that, we still do see very unsettled weather pattern with on and off snow showers through at least Thursday for our mountains. So today, minor accumulations. You get anywhere from 2 over to 3 inches into really Wednesday and even into Thursday morning. A lot of these numbers go from anywhere from 2 to 3 over to 9 inches, if not towards a foot. So heads up for those of you traveling into the mountains, that winter weather advisory will be in effect, and the drifting and blowing snow will really be the biggest problem that we could see out there. All right, so for our week ahead, slight chances of showers still for tomorrow and heavier rain expected by Wednesday, but beyond that, sunshine and 40s return.
It's been a chaotic week for Idaho's community schools. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Sahana Patel, speaking with United Way of Treasure Valley, where nearly $30 million of funding is back on the table. The U.S. Department of Education has reinstated nearly $30 million in grant funding to United Way of Treasure Valley, supporting 47 community schools across Idaho. These public schools double as neighborhood hubs, blending academics, social service, and local community partnerships.
We're thrilled. We're just delighted that we can continue to do the work. We're disappointed that we had this disruption, but now we're eager and ready to link arms again and get right back to it.
The 5-year, $46 million grant was cut short in December after the department said DEI-related elements in the proposal conflicted with the current policy. United Way President and CEO Megan Romali tells me in their appeal they highlighted successes supported by local voices.
We're in the middle of a school year, and so it was extremely discouraging to think about the really critical supports that kids and families rely on being gone, and just the blink of an eye.
But the appeal was denied and funding was officially terminated December 29th, ending 3 years early.
Because it was so drastic, we were really concerned about the immediate impacts for kids and families. So thinking about the types of programs that community schools support, it's things like clothing closets and food pantries and hygiene closets. Having those things removed so quickly could be really detrimental to kids and families.
Then just 2 days later, the department reversed its decision, allowing funding to continue. Romali credits the shift to community support.
Pressure and persistence. We saw really quickly, we knew it to be true. The impact, how critical the work of community schools are in local communities. Their voices, really strong advocacy coming from every corner of the state.
Local districts like Middleton and Emmett posted their gratitude online. Romali says much of the grant will continue to keep community school coordinators in place.
By having that additional staff member in a school, it frees our great teachers up to teach and administrators to lead their buildings, and then the community school coordinator can help implement those additional supports that are needed.
If you're interested in supporting or donating to United Way of Treasure Valley, you can use the link on this story on idahonews6.com. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Sahana Patel, for Idaho News 6.
Came up to Moores Creek Summit and found that families are out enjoying what little snow there is. This is my 8th winter here, and it's the least amount of snow I've ever seen at this point in January. I'm your Idaho Backroads neighborhood reporter, Steve Dent, and I wondered what I would find as I drove up to the top of Moores Creek Summit. Much to my surprise, the parking lot was packed. Cross-country skiers were out on the trail, and so were the snowmobilers. I also ran into the Powell family, who came up to enjoy a yearly family tradition at Moores Creek Summit.
Well, we were here last year about the same time. We probably had 60 inches of snow. Now they say there's about 11 or 12.
The Powell family knows how to have fun, and while most of them live in Idaho, they also had family members.
This is our family. We have 12 children.
From Arizona and Arkansas who came to enjoy a day in the snow, with some of them getting their first snow experience.
Kind of a little bit worried that the snow wasn't going to be very good, and honestly, I think it's better than what I was expecting. I thought there's going to be some more, dry patches where it was just like dirt and rocks and everything.
Moores Creek Summit sits above 6,000 feet of elevation, and it has the best snow Chief and I have found. The snowmobilers told me they found some good patches when they rode higher, but Boise County Grooming 8A Idaho City found a ton of downed trees this week, and the Boise County Sheriff's Office recommends beginners avoid the area until we get more snow.
I want some more snow. I think we need some more snow.
As for the Powell family, they had a blast sledding, cooking up some good food, enjoying each other's company, and even building a 5-tiered snowman with the help of their grandpa, Sasquatch Bob.
Family's everything for us, so even Sasquatch loves kids.
I'm your Idaho Backroads neighborhood reporter, Steve Dent, for Idaho News 6.
Having a great time up there. Thanks for joining us this morning on Good Morning Idaho. We've got a lot more in store for this Monday. Here's what's still to come from your neighborhood reporters.
In Nampa, hear from 2 women who tell me they told authorities to check on a baby boy before he was found dead inside of one of these trailers in Nampa. In West Boise, neighbors opposing a men's affordable housing project gathered in protest.
Now we'll look outside from the Treasure Valley Chevy Dealers Tower Cam.
Connecting neighborhoods across the Treasure and Magic Valleys, telling stories from within our communities. This is Good Morning Idaho.
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Idaho, into our last half hour, everybody, on a Monday. Hope you had a great weekend and are off to a good start. I'm senior reporter Roland Barris. A lot to get to in this half hour of our show, and a lot to get to from our large team of neighborhood reporters, like in just a moment, follow-up coverage on the heartbreaking death of a newborn baby in Nampa while the parents face felony charges. Our Victoria Rodriguez speaks with the baby's adoptive mother. Plus, in West Boise, community protests against a church housing project aimed at keeping men men facing homelessness off the streets. Neighbors sharing their concerns ahead of tonight's planning and zoning meeting. We'll get to those in just a bit, but first, let's get the latest on our weather this morning. It's been a great weekend for skiers. The only problem is that the ski resorts are going, why couldn't this have come 2 weeks ago? Because now everyone's back to school.
You know what? I'm not even going to judge Mother Nature because it's here.
And
that's what matters. I feel so lucky just to be able to go up and snowboard and ski every single day if you wanted to. Now, the powder looks a lot better here at Bogus Basin. They got some minor accumulations yesterday, so that's pretty good news for the base because when we've seen this live shot the past couple mornings, it's been mostly dirt, some grass, but now we're finally seeing a change in the tide. And thank goodness we have a winter weather advisory in effect from our mountains from McCall, Cascade, all the way into Ketchum, Tuesday night into Wednesday afternoon, because we can still see snow-covered passes, blowing and drifting snow, which will be a huge problem traveling up there. Now, right now for travel, not very many impacts that we're getting at all across our Treasure Valley. If you're heading over into eastern Idaho, a lot of those snow showers making their way out into Wyoming and Montana, but for many of us this morning, it's going to be a quiet start to the day. Roland?
You know what they say, better late than never. All right, thanks, Sophia. Appreciate it. We turn now to an Idaho News 6 exclusive. Victoria Rodriguez sits down with two women who say they tried to intervene, even begging police to take action before the tragic death of a Nampa infant.
Weeks after a newborn baby boy was found dead in one of the trailers behind me, we're learning new details about the unsafe living conditions investigators say he was living in. Both parents are now facing felony charges. I'm your Canyon County neighborhood reporter, Victoria Rodriguez, speaking exclusively with two women who are now taking care of their other children. They say they were pushing for authorities to make sure the baby was safe.
I asked for them to please at least just put eyes on this baby, make sure that he was going home to a safe environment just because of the history.
I was there when Brian Lemke and Allison Armenta appeared in court for their preliminary arraignments after their December 29th arrest. Both parents faced charges relating to their infant son's death. According to a newly obtained probable cause affidavit, the couple has had 5 children removed from their care, 3 of whom are now living with their adoptive mother. We spoke with her exclusively when she learned Armenta was pregnant days before the baby was even born. She says she called Health and Welfare.
I was worried about this outcome. I think I just knew in my heart this was a possibility, and I just can't believe that that's where it ended.
According to the affidavit, Lemke posted on social media asking for help just days after the baby's birth. A detective traced the post to an anonymous user in a Facebook group asking for money or propane to help heat their trailer. The adoptive mother says she asked Nampa police to intervene.
The officer had called Health and Welfare, and whoever he spoke to let them know that, yes, this is an open case, but at this time, there is no, this isn't a high enough level priority for us to send a worker out today.
We've reached out to Health and Welfare and have not yet received a response. Nampa police also declined to answer our questions, but said the investigation into the allegations is still active. A Nampa police investigator goes on to say in the affidavit that in the days leading up to the infant's death, Armenta texted Lemke that she was worried about CPS taking another of their children, suggesting that they should pack a bag and run. Meanwhile, we spoke to another woman who says she called authorities. Delphina Krakow says she's a former foster mom to some of the couple's children.
Nobody within the hospital or nobody with CPS intervened while the baby was still in the hospital.
We reached out to the hospital to find out whether any red flags were raised before the baby went home.
You have reached the confidential utilization review,
but hadn't heard back by the time this report was filed. While the case remains open, both women are pushing for change, working with legislators to pass a bill aimed at better protecting children. The cause of death is thought to be suffocation, but an official report is still pending. Lemke is scheduled back in court on January 13th, and Armenta is scheduled to be back in court on the 7th. In Nampa, I'm your Canyon County neighborhood reporter, Victoria Rodriguez, Idaho News 6.
Treasure Valley residents are coming together to honor the life of the 12-day-old baby. Community members are placing flowers outside the Nampa home where the infant died. And in Meridian, Pastor Kelly Wild of Capital Christian Church holding a private service Friday night to celebrate the life of the baby boy. Idaho News 6 sends our condolences to the family and friends affected by this tragedy. Today in Mountain Home, a former local pastor will be arraigned in district court on serious sexual assault charges. The case against 33-year-old Liberty Christian Fellowship pastor Gregory Wayne Jones was recently moved from county court after a judge found enough evidence to proceed following hours of graphic testimony from an alleged victim. Prosecutors say Jones exploited his role in the church during years of counseling sessions that they say escalated into sexual abuse, while defense attorneys have challenged elements of that account. The judge agreed to send the case forward with human sex trafficking charges dropped. That arraignment is set for 10:30 this morning, and our Sahana Patel will be there to bring you the latest tonight at 6.
In West Boise, neighbors opposing a men's affordable housing project gathered in protest. About a dozen neighbors gathered on the sidewalk outside a West Boise church Saturday morning, voicing opposition to parts of a proposed housing project. Among them, longtime West Bench resident Jonathan Melby. He takes issue with the project's zoning requests.
And that's a noble mission and a mission that needs to be supported. But what needs to happen here is to make sure that this is properly classified under the city code.
As Idaho News 6 reported in 2024, Mountain View Church of the Brethren on Cole Road south of Ustick proposed a dormitory-style housing complex that would house up to 100 men facing homelessness or seeking affordable housing, potentially after incarceration or while in recovery. Church leaders say they would have cameras, security, and counselors on site. More details about what the church would require of prospective residents in our previous coverage can be found on idahonews6.com. The planning and zoning public hearing will be Monday at Boise City Hall at 6 o'clock, and Idaho News 6 will be there for continuing coverage. In West Boise, I'm neighborhood reporter Ellie Tripke for Idaho News 6.
Today is a big day for local leadership in Canyon County. In Nampa, newly elected Mayor Rick Hogeboom and City Council members Debbie Skog, David Bills, and Victor Rodriguez will be sworn in during a public ceremony at City Hall tonight at 5 o'clock. Outgoing Mayor Debbie Kling and longtime Councilman Randy Haverfield will also be recognized for their years of service. At 8:30 this morning in Caldwell, Jess Oresti will be sworn in as Canyon County Clerk at the Administration Building. 20 minutes before the hour, and let's take a look at what's happening in your neighborhood today. In Caldwell, drivers will want to know about a road closure starting today. The intersection of Linden Street and Ward Road is set to close today while construction begins on a new roundabout. Work is expected to last through the spring, and drivers in the meantime will need to detour to Smead Parkway. The Meridian Library District hosting their 4th annual Winter Reading Kickoff Party. Kids can sign up for the Winter Reading program as well as meet some of the Idaho Steelhead players. Great time to be reading a book inside, just snuggling up with a book. Games, snacks, and much more will be there. That's at Orchard Park from 6 to 7:30 tonight. And as always, for families looking for free food assistance, you can head on over to the First Presbyterian Church. FPC's Public Food Pantry runs every Monday evening from 4:30 to 6:30. Just head to their location on State Street in downtown Boise.
A lack of winter has delivered another big blow with the Idaho Sled Dog Challenge being canceled. A lack of winter has delivered another big blow as the Idaho Sled Dog Challenge has been canceled. I'm your Idaho Backroads neighborhood reporter Steve Dent, and I talked with one of the organizers about what went into this decision and what it might mean for the future of this iconic event.
Winter has a vote, unfortunately. I'm concerned about all of our winter sports, right?
Organizers of the Idaho Sled Dog Challenge discovered gravel in many places where there should be a decent amount of snow this time of year, and without snow, it causes a safety concern for mushers and their dogs.
If you don't have consolidated base of at least 6 inches, you can't get the snow hook to bite, and then you can't stop the dogs.
The Idaho Sled Dog Challenge is a qualifier for the Iditarod and a chance for elite mushers to prepare for that iconic race in Alaska. However, the last time the 300-mile qualifier happened was back in 2023. Last year, it got canceled mid-race because of avalanche conditions, and the year before because of a lack of snow.
COVID, dry snow years, heavy fire years that take out bridges that, eliminate parts of the race. And then we do finally get a snow floor down and it starts raining on it. And now we've got avalanches coming down mid-race, so we've got to cancel for. All those things, they add to the volunteer burnout and fatigue.
2 years ago, when the 300-mile race got canceled, they were able to host the 100-mile race at Warm Lake. And that remains a possibility, as organizers will decide on that on January 15th.
I'm your Idaho Backroads neighborhood reporter, Steve Dent, for Idaho News 6.
Neighborhood of the day is the Boise Bench with 50s and a chance of showers this afternoon. We'll be talking about the active weather pattern continuing this week.
Sophia Cruz with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
Okay, I love seeing this video of you snowboarding up there. Boy, it looks fantastic. What day was this?
This was yesterday, literally yesterday.
That's great.
Yeah, the only thing I will say though, man, powder days, they're great, but if you are on an ungroomed run, it's a lot of work for your legs. So my legs are feeling it this morning, but maybe you headed up to the mountains, got some good videos or photos, and you want to send them in. My email is sophia.cruz@kivitv.com, so we can show them off throughout the morning and take a look at some of your neighborhoods. But for today, about a fourth of a mile visibility in Ontario, so very poor visibility as you head over into eastern Oregon. Across our mountains, it's just about a mile, so I'm not necessarily worried where it's in those yellow spots. It's mostly just that dark red. So heads up for those of you heading out into eastern Oregon and Ontario this morning. Quick look at temperatures right now, upper 30s along the valley floors, 26 waking up in Stanley, so pretty cold in the mountains this morning, but for many of us throughout the afternoon, if you grabbed a heavy jacket throughout your morning, you won't need it. Temperatures tomorrow returning back into those lower 50s with 40s in store as we head into the rest of the week. So we normally average about 32, and while we are starting to see the shift in our weather pattern, it's taken a second to get us back down to those 30s where we should be. Overall though, here's what your day looks like. By 2 o'clock, another shower possible along the Treasure Valley with mountain snow, into tonight. Gonna continue into our Wednesday as well, but notice that out of the driest days ahead of us, Tuesday looks to be the driest. Heading into Tuesday night, big pattern changes. So if you're traveling anywhere Tuesday night, heavy snowfall coming for our mountains and continuing into Wednesday morning. We see scattered snow showers through at least Thursday across those mountains, and then by the time we head into Friday, things dry out. But here's where it leaves us. For today and into tomorrow morning, another 2 to 3 inches, so minor accumulations heading into Tuesday. It's as we head from Tuesday night into Wednesday when heavier snow is expected, anywhere from 5 over to 10 inches over in McCall. Some spots can even get a little bit heavier than that, maybe closer to a foot, but just a heads up. Here are the impacts that you're going to see as we head into our Wednesday morning, especially if you are heading up into the mountains. That's where traveling will be the most difficult. We've got blowing and drifting snow in the mountains, so we could see gusts up to 35 miles per hour, which would reduce your visibility, just making it hard to drive up there. And top of that, with the snow-covered passes, that's just a very messy situation overall. Slippery commute, so heads up for those of you heading out there. It is going to be very tricky to get up there Wednesday morning. All right. Sun Valley, here's what it looks like through your weekend. My mind is still on the weekend. Through your week ahead, you've got all the way through Thursday, some isolated really showers into your Thursday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, snow showers galore here. By the weekend into next week, we do see that dry pattern return, and it does start to get a lot more sunnier out there as well, so that's pretty exciting. Same story for McCall, rain and snow mixture into Tuesday, but then snow showers after that into Friday with a drier weekend in store there. Then as we head into our next week together, here's what it looks like closer to home. Showers possible tomorrow, and then heavier rain expected by Wednesday with a dry Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. How nice is that? All right, let's take a look at your morning commute.
Now the Idaho News 6 traffic report.
All right, everyone, it is 6:51. Just a heads up if you're heading downtown. It's kind of hard to tell which road that is right now, but this is live right now what's happening. It looks like there's even a cop out there, a stoplight. still people heading out, but it's congested all the way down to that right side lane. So heads up if you're heading out there. I'm gonna look more into this as we head into our morning together, but for right now, here's what it looks like off of Cole Road and Overland Road. There's barely any cars out there, but again, it is Monday. People are heading back from the holiday, so just a heads up. Last week's commutes were great, but it is gonna be a little bit busier today. So you've got anywhere from 13 to 8 minutes along I-84 eastbound.
In this morning's GMA First Look, we're on the Venezuelan border as the world reacts.
Out there is Venezuela, and in normal times, tens of thousands of Venezuelans cross this border to buy goods here that they can't get back home. Now, though, it's a path perhaps to a new future for the millions of people who've been forced into exile.
Jose Luis and his mother are two of the nervous faces we meet.
You get the sense that people don't really know how to feel. Happy that Maduro's gone, but they have no idea what's going to happen next.
Music playing, lines snaking around supermarkets as Venezuelans stock up on essential groceries. And coming up at 7 a.m, we'll have full live team coverage from South America to the White House of Operation Absolute Resolve. With your GMA First Look, I'm James Longman, ABC News, Cúcuta, Colombia.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're starting to wrap things up on a Monday morning, 5 minutes before the hour. And in case you missed it, these are the top stories that we are following from our neighborhood reporters.
People gather at Boise City Hall for the No War on Venezuela rally. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Steve Dent, and this comes after early morning airstrikes and the capture of Nicolas Maduro and his wife by the Trump administration.
A couple hundred demonstrators came out to voice their displeasure with President Trump and his foreign policy. After this rally got organized hours earlier by the Idaho branch of the Party for Socialism and Liberation.
Nearly $30 million is back on the table for United Way of Treasure Valley. The 5-year, $46 million grant was cut short in December after the Department of Education said DEI-related elements in the proposal conflicted with current policy. United Way submitted an appeal, but it was denied. Then, just 2 days later, the department reversed its decision, allowing funding to continue.
In West Boise, neighbors opposing a men's affordable housing project gathered in protest.
About a dozen neighbors gathered on the sidewalk outside a West Boise church Saturday morning, voicing opposition to parts of a proposed housing project. As Idaho News 6 reported in 2024, Mountain View Church of the Brethren on Cole Road south of Ustick proposed a dormitory-style housing complex that would house up to 100 men facing homelessness or seeking affordable housing.
The Planning and Zoning public hearing will be Monday at Boise City Hall at 6 o'clock.
And of course, you can learn more about all of these stories on our website. Just go to idahonews6.com.
Now, the Out the Door forecast, brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors.
All right, 6:56 is your time, and it's a very cool start to our morning. So as you grab your light jacket, you won't really need it this afternoon. We do get those upper 40s. You will want to grab your umbrella, though. Still a chance of showers heading into this afternoon and even into the late evening. Otherwise, though, pretty quiet day ahead. All right, let's take a look at your commute.
Now, the Idaho News 6 traffic report.
All right, it is 6:57 right now. We're giving you a live look off of 11th and Front, where there has been an accident that's been reported. So because of that, all of the cars are being really congested into that right lane. So heads up if you are heading out into downtown. Gavin, again, it's on 11th and Front. Right now, it's not contributing to too much slowdown, especially if you're heading in the opposite direction. So westbound from Boise to Caldwell right now, you've got under 29 minutes. So still looks very smooth there. Not too bad. And then again, if you're heading in anywhere to our mountains on I-84, US 20 off of Pine Turnoff, there is still a little bit of slush on the side of the roads, but still a pretty quiet commute so far. But it's Monday, so everyone's returning back from school and or back from school back into work. And
yeah, you know, a lot of people have been off on holiday for an extended holiday, and so and having a chance to go up and ski.
Yeah, I got this video yesterday, but just take a look at the mountains. It was not a fun commute, but fun to ride on. So that was exciting.
See, that was great. I love that kind of skiing where it's just nice and soft. I know it can be challenging though, because you got to be in shape to ski through that stuff.
Yeah, no, my legs are exhausted. But
I bet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely exhausted.
The snow has arrived, everyone. That's good news. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow, everyone.